Hi, everybody. This is Linda G. Robert. I am coming to you live from Mexico. I'm in Mexico. If you've been following along for the last few months, you know that I've been planning a major change in my life. Good morning. Good morning. How are you, Walter? It's nice to see you again. So this major change is selling the house, getting rid of things and packing things, and then moving to oh, good, you're at work. Then what are you doing online? Never mind. I'm just kidding with you. So I got to Mexico. What's today? Today is Friday. I got to Mexico Wednesday, and I'm telling you, I'm a little bit mixed up with the days. It's really strange, and I've had to not just adjust to being here, but there's just a couple of hour change. But I've had to adjust to technical things, right? Technical things. I'll just give you an example. Because I'm now in a different country, every time I access something on my computer, I have to verify that it's me. And I have a new SIM card. So I had to change my phone number. I have a Mexican phone number now, but I had to change that on, either my bank accounts or some other accounts because they send you a text on your home phone number, which is the number from Canada, and I'd have to switch SIM cards back and forth. Make a long story short, I'm now currently using a Mexican phone number, so I don't have to switch SIM cards every time. So, those little tiny things are things that you have to adjust to. When I got here Wednesday, today's Friday, when I got here Wednesday, I looked around my apartment. I thought, this doesn't look like the apartment that I agreed to. I think it might have been the apartment that I agreed to, but no coffee machine, no blender like I'd seen in pictures. But you know what? It's a really nice apartment. I'm comfortable here. I feel safe here. I have a patio just outside here. I'm 3 blocks from the beach. I went walking on the beach yesterday, which was really, really nice, right? So a lot of beautiful sunshine and a lot of beautiful beaches. And there's a part of me that is enjoying it, and I want to take advantage of it because I planned it for so long. And I'll still have some planning to do when it gets closer to April, but I'm not going to worry about that stuff right now. But there's also a part of me that's like sad. It's sad, and I think it's partly having to adjust to not so much being in Mexico, but the change that brings, right? Because it's a new language. I now don't have my own car. I have to contact Uber or another transportation system. A lot of little adjustments. So initially, right, it's only been a few days. I'm going to be here for 5 months. So the initial phase, remember when I talked about that change model where there was an ending and a long curve, which was the transition period or the neutral period, and then the new beginning. Well, I've ended my life in Canada for now, and I'm now in that neutral zone again. I'm still in a neutral zone again because I'm still adjusting to my new situation. I'm not yet at that new beginning, although it feels like, a new beginning. It is a new beginning, but that neutral zone of feeling quite comfortable is still a long process. So I'm still adjusting to it. And I'm practicing my Spanish. I have to practice Spanish. The landlord speaks Spanish. The fella downstairs who takes care of the apartment, he speaks Spanish. The Uber drivers speak Spanish. And I'm really trying to hablar le español. I'm trying to practice what I've learned on Duolingo as much as possible. It's hilarious, but some words come to me every now and then. It's like, oh yes, I can put those words together and start making sentences. So, I'm here. I'm here for quite a few months, and I'm still working, right? I'm still teaching. I'm going to be teaching in another little while from now. I taught this morning. So I'm having to get up a little bit earlier too, because it's a 2-hour difference from where I used to live. And now I teach earlier than what I'm used to. So I still have to adjust to that time change as well. So, that's part of it, right? When you're wanting a change, when you really want to experience something different, you can't give up too easy. You have to learn to go with the flow. That's one thing. There's planning, of course, involved, a bit of research that's required as well, and taking the steps necessary, taking the steps to move forward, right? I mean, there are some people that I know that stay in their apartments. They're visiting a different country and they just stay here, stay in their apartments, probably because they don't know the language and they feel quite uncomfortable, with maybe with the culture and with having to speak it. But the only way you're going to experience anything new is by going through that change and that period of different, maybe that period of being uncomfortable. In some cases, it does feel uncomfortable, especially when you don't know the words. So I have to remember to bring my phone with me because I can use Google Translate and read that. Last night, Last night, I ordered pizza through Uber Eats, and I ordered a pizza that I am familiar with, the Domino's pizza. I like the Hawaiian pizza. But the pizza didn't come when it was supposed to come. And on the app, it says, "Did you get your delivery yet?" No, I didn't. And it said that if I wanted to, I can call the restaurant and ask for a different time. But I didn't. I didn't call the restaurant because I didn't know how to say order a pizza. I'm going to say, mi nombre es Linda, pizza, que el tiempo or que hora. I'm not sure. So I didn't try it. I just waited, and eventually the Uber Eats guy did drive over and dropped off the pizza. So you see, sometimes a little bit of patience is good. Other times you have to kind of think on your feet and figure out, what you're going to do. But all in all, it's part of the adventure. It's part of sometimes what we need to do or want to do to change and to get a new perspective on life. For me, this wasn't about getting a new perspective on life. It was, hello, Camille. How are you? Nice to see you. Um, how are you enjoying your new place in Texas? I think it was you were staying at a ranch, right? And I know I haven't seen you in so long. I'm in Mexico right now. It's really nice to see you. What was I going to say? Oh, I can't remember. I'm a little bit scattered. I think it's part of it is, just adjusting to the new place, right? Just adjust. Yes, it is great to hear from you. It's great to hear from you. So, when we want to go through changes, we have to be prepared for a lot of things that we're not familiar with, just like what I'm going through right now. A lot of things I'm not familiar with. The biggest thing, of course, is the language. I don't know Spanish, hardly. And like this area, that's another thing I want to say. We have to be willing to make, we do. We really do. I think that's so important. That willingness is the first thing, right? The taking action and the steps that are required, that's a different thing. But that willingness to make changes is a mindset. And if we're not willing to make any changes, then our life is going to stay the same. And that might be good or might be bad, of course, depending on your perception of it. But it's that openness, that willingness to make some changes. It's that first step. I remember years ago, I worked in a detox center many, many years ago. And one of the counselors there, because I was working with kids and make a long story short, I worked for 6 weeks in a detox center. And one of the counselors say that that's the first thing for change. It's that willingness to change. And at first I thought, yeah, but these people come here 3 or 4 times because I had seen some people come in and out of that detox center, right? They had been in and out, in and out. But she says they're still willing to change. And I love that. They're still willing to change because sometimes oftentimes we don't change all in one shot. Every day you need to be open and willing to accept or change whatever needs to be changed, right? So yeah, thanks for bringing that up, Camille, that willingness. So I am willing. I'm willing to learn the language. I'm willing to experience what I'm experiencing. And by God, I think by the time April comes around, I think I will have learned a lot by the time April comes around. So that's all I want to say for now. I'll keep chiming in, keep doing some lives every now and then. But I just wanted to let you know that I am here in Mexico. Things are going fine, and it is beautiful outside. I have a beautiful park near where I live, so everything is going fine. And oh, by the way, when it came to the flying, right? Of course, I had to wear my mask on the flight, but it wasn't difficult to get through the customs. They did ask me a couple of times, especially in Toronto and Calgary, I believe. They asked me for my proof of vaccination or a PCR test, but I didn't have the PCR, but the proof of vaccination. And it just seems so easy. It really was easy. Yeah, thanks. That's true. You have to be willing to make changes if you want to see any type of results. And sometimes that change doesn't have to be a huge change, right? It can be just a little bit of a tweak. That's all it might take. All right, that's all I want to say for now. Thanks again for watching and stay tuned for the next live. Have a great day, everybody. But take care.